What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla, SPY, NVIDIA, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down some important things that Musk has said about Tesla right before earnings. But let me just mention that I am not a financial planner. Make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. You deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Put in $1,000, and you're guaranteed 15 in total. And the offer ends in just about 8 days from now. Anyways, for Tesla, we're trying to rebound right here, breaking past our 200 EMA. We're actually fighting this 250 resistance area, and we'll have to see if Tesla could break this. But overall, guys, like I said before, I'm not really worried about what Tesla does today, at least for the time being. We'll be worried more about what happens during its earnings, what reaction we get from the share price after what Elon Musk and the others end up saying. So I want to talk about Elon Musk real quick. He's been saying some important things about Tesla. So this person known as Nick has tweeted that Tesla should start selling these in the shop and they would fly off the shelves. They're basically these gaming shares. Musk responded by saying, yeah. So he does actually agree that that could be what Tesla will look into. There's also this picture over here about the Tesla Model S/X office chair, which is just an example. I think this was just photoshopped, but this is just an example of something that could be an idea, which could get a lot of sales. And Musk actually said that he agrees. The team made one for him as an office chair, and it's actually absolutely great. So very, very cool stuff. This is basically based off the seats in Teslas, and making a chair out of them and kind of selling them for offices would be very, very cool. I would love to see if Tesla ends up doing this or not, but it's something that Musk is kind of talking about. So I just want to call that out. Also, guys, Musk mentioned this that right now that they're focusing on just the Model Y with hardware 4 for the initial release. Make sure that works well, then broaden, and then this has 5 times the increase in parameters. Hardware 3 would basically run the same parameter count, but requires extra work to optimize the code, according to Elon Musk. So he's basically addressing the fact that with new changes for the Model Y, with the new hardware, it's going to help increase a lot of parameters, a lot of other things which are going to be very, very useful. So I'm calling this out because I can't wait to see what else Musk has to say about Tesla's products when it comes to developing hardware, when it comes to developing FSD, not to mention other pieces of robotics. So this is going to be very important for Tesla's earnings call. Can't wait to see what Musk ends up saying. This is going to be very, very important for us, at least moving forward. There's also some news coming out that Tesla got an overweight rating, which was reaffirmed from Cantor Fitzgerald. Once again, a good piece of news. There are analysts coming out saying that they're very bullish on Tesla here and there. Other analysts are saying some very, very different things. So some people out there, such as Stifel, have mentioned that they're giving Tesla essentially a $265 price target. Morgan Stanley also is saying that Tesla has a $310 price target, whereas others like Barclays have a $225 price target, and then others like Guggenheim have a 134. So it's kind of like all over the place. Some analysts are super bullish, others are like a little bit bearish. It really depends on what well Tesla does, at least thus far. With earnings coming out, we're going to be looking for an EPS of about 61 cents. That's their earnings per share. And then sales from about $24.5 billion. We'll have to see how things end up going. We are expecting a little decrease compared to what we saw a year ago, but Tesla is known for its surprises, so it might just surprise a lot of investors. So, anyways, for Tesla, like I said before, we're trying to get back above our 200 EMA, but testing this resistance at 250. If that breaks, look for basically 252.8. If that breaks, I'll be looking for 255. If we lose support all the way down here towards 246.5, we'll be dipping all the way down towards the next support at 242.5 as well. Overall, guys, we're still holding these areas very, very nicely. We're still trying to hold the support at 246.5. So, in my personal opinion, we're actually looking pretty good, and we're doing a good job at holding up for Tesla. Now, there is potential for us to try to push a little bit higher, in my opinion, just temporarily, but I'm not really too worried about this. For now, wherever Tesla goes, if we do continue to shuffle near 250, does not matter, because you have to remember that earnings will cause a much bigger move. And if we do get a big 20-point move like many analysts are projecting, we could be looking for Tesla to get back into the 270 area, back into the 270s, or we could be looking for a rug pull back down to 220 or below. It really depends on what happens with earnings, how well Tesla does, and what they tell us about guidance and the robotaxi event. I think that the dates that Tesla may estimate for the events could be coming out, and that's going to be very big as well. So I can't wait to see what that leads to. SPY is kind of tricky right now. We need to see it try to hold above the 30 minutes 200 EMA, the 555.2 area. As long as we hold above that, this thing is going to favor upside. We have this imbalance, these imbalances to fill all the way up to 559 to 560. So this is favoring upside right now if we hold above 555.2. If we fail to do so, if we lose 553.93, look for a rug pull all the way back down towards 552.8, and eventually down to about the 551 area. But looking at the inverse head and shoulders, this is favoring upside. It looks more bullish, and I think 559 is looking more probable. So look for that very, very carefully. For NVIDIA, NVIDIA has a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure and is favoring upside right now. If we break this resistance around the 124.5 area, I'll be looking for this imbalance to fill all the way up towards about 126. But if we end up losing support all the way down here towards 122.9, I'll be looking for 122 flat. It's not looking probable. It's actually favoring upside looking at the structure, so it does look more bullish. But just to be safe, we'll see if this ends up being the case, so watch for that as well. For Bitcoin's kind of in the middle right now. Look at resistance all the way up here around 67,500 and look at support currently at 66,666. We're kind of stuck in the middle. We're kind of shuffling on Bitcoin. We did attempt to rebound, so we're still range bound. If you look at this, we've been going back and forth between 66 and 68,000 for quite some time. So it's going to likely continue as time goes on. For other factors out there, I just want to mention that Tesla is once again still trying to fight resistance around 250. Just want to call this out. It's going to likely just shuffle for now. Don't worry too much about the share price right now. We'll have to see what happens after earnings. For the QQQ, we're looking a little bit more bullish. We actually came very close to the target of 485. Very, very close. So it's now just a matter of time. Do we break this resistance? If we break past 485, I'll be looking for basically the next target of 488. If you fail to break past 485, look for a move back down towards 481. If we lose that, we will turn back to bearish. So far, the QQQ is holding up. It's actually favoring upside on the technical standpoint. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. I just want to call that out. So far, so good from the share price. For Aapl dipped all the way down to about 222, only to get bought back up. We have resistance around 226.8. If this breaks, I think we could be pushing to the imbalance towards 230. If we reject here, I'll be looking at 224 as support. I'm actually favoring upside, in my opinion, for about 230. So we'll have to see if that ends up being the case as we have a nice double bottom like structure. So this is actually favoring upside, so we'll see if that ends up being the case. So watch for that as well. For others out there, we also have Supermicro is trying to rebound. Look at 800 as resistance. If this breaks, I'll be looking for 820. And if this fails, I'll be looking for a rejection. I could be looking for this imbalance fill towards 810 at the very least. So it has potential to push up. For the IWM Russell 2000 is trying to rebound. We're going to be looking to see if we can try to make our way up towards 224. So far with the double bottom, it's favoring upside, and an imbalance up here will take this up to about 224. So it looks a bit more bullish to me. For Coinbase, we're also favoring upside a little bit more, but just be careful. It's kind of fighting some tough resistance. We have support at this 264 area. We have resistance currently at 272. So watch to see how this ends up moving. We're kind of stuck in the middle and we're kind of trading sideways, so give this some time. For Amazon has a nice breakout right here above its 200 EMA. With this inverse head and shoulders like structure, we got the break right here. We did call this out if we broke past 185. And because we got the break, 188 has come. That's our target. I think we could get closer to 190, but overall it's holding up very well. Meta also managed to break past 490, so our target was 495, which is what we came very close to touching. If we break that, our next target will be all the way up here towards 501. So watch support at 486 and 490. As long as we hold above 490, we have potential to retest 495. If that breaks, I'll be looking for the 500 area. Looks more bullish overall. Microsoft is looking more bullish. Nice inverse head and shoulders breakout coming up to fill this gap. Watching 448 as resistance, followed by 450. Overall, it's doing a good job and looking more bullish. Google has a nice double bottom like structure. It's favoring upside. We could actually push higher towards these imbalances, towards 187. So I like this structure. It's looking bullish to me, and this favors more upside. So far, the upside is being a bit more favored for the markets. We have to wait and see if we can hold some key levels, especially on SPY holding 555.2. As far as Tesla goes, going back to it, we're still shuffling near 550, not really doing much. Don't worry about it, guys. The real move is going to come after the market closes. That's just a couple of hours away. We're not that far. So just give the market the time it needs. Once the market closes, we're going to be looking for a much bigger move, and that's going to help us understand what's about to happen to Tesla. So be patient, guys. Do what you have to do. I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you for listening, and peace out.